Okay, I got a handful of interesting Moroccan agates to cut today. Now, I'm going to start with this one. It's got a broken windowed edge here, and it's got some weird, like an agate, growing in an agate kind of thing going on at the end. Pretty cool looking. Now when I bought this one, they had already cut the face of it. So I know it's gonna have some banding in it. It's just a matter of if it's any good on the inside or if it's fractured. I can see some possible fracture lines on the edge. But I'd like to cut some slabs off of this and see how nice these come out. Alright, I got another Moroccan nodule here. I think I cut this one in another video, but I just cut the end off of it, a heel. And I got enough stone left that I know I want to slab this. Again, I got some little fractures in it on the edge, one here on the end. But I think I can get a slab or two out of that. Try that today. Okay, and then again, I bought this one. It had a broken window here, showing the banding. They had already cut this one in half. Bought both halves. And I know it's gonna have some cool banding in it. But again, I'd like to get some slabs off of this and see how well they come out. This Moroccan agate's got some really nice banding, but unfortunately, they usually got some fractures going through the patterns. This one looks pretty clean. We'll see. And last but not least, again, I got a little Moroccan nodule here broken on the end here, showing some banding. They did cut this one. I love the pattern in it. I'd like to see if I can get a slab or two off of that. I don't know if there's fractures in this or not, or if that's just a saw mark. But we will see. So I'm gonna cut those up and bring them back and see what we end up with. All right, I'll be right back. All right, back from the saw. Let's take a look at what we got here. All right, so this is this guy for reference. So let's start with this heel here. All right, really translucent. And that's just the heel. The banding has got really good, that parallax effect or the shadow banding. You can kind of see that when I turn this. Very cool. Let's look at that first slab. All right, let's start with the flaws here. We do have a definite fracture up here. We got one over here, and of course, big old chip here. This is where the stone broke off, probably on another fracture. Still do something with this stone. The banding is unreal. The parallax and the shadow banding. The depth of this is just unbelievable. Yeah, I got some fracturing down here as well. I think we can work around that and get a couple cabs out of this little slab. We just won't get that full pattern, unfortunately, unless we want to incorporate those fractures. We could heal them or stabilize them, I guess, but I really don't want to do that. All right, very cool. Let's look at the next slab. Again, the translucency is unbelievable. The depth in the banding, the parallax or shadow banding is really nice. Oh, it's a shame it's got these fractures in it. Look at that. All right, well, I'll definitely find something to do with this. All right, so we've got this middle slab cutting from both directions. So it's a little thicker on this end than it is this end, but it's all right. I don't see the fracture anymore. All right, well, we may have lost the fracture at this point. It's not in this part of the stone. Look at that shadow banding. That's so cool. That is gonna make a gorgeous cabochon. Very nice. All right. These marks here are just paint off of the saw blade. It's all over the stone, unfortunately. That'll come off. Look at the shadow banding or the parallax effect. Very nice. And again, I don't see a fracture in this. Nice. All right, definite gorgeous cab out of that slab. Okay, so we're left with this heel, which is still thick enough to do a cab out of. And again, I don't see a fracture. And it's that gorgeous parallax effect or shadow banding. Yeah, all right. So even with the fractures on this end, I think we'll get some definite nice cabs out of this. All right, very cool. Okay, let's move on to this stone. Okay, so this is the one I think I had cut in the previous video. I'd cut this heel off. So I went ahead and got a couple slabs out of this. So let's see what they look like. All right, love the big fat white bands in this. It's very nice. And again, that'll make a gorgeous cabochon. Might even be able to do this heel. I don't see why not. Let's get a little cab out of that. All right, let's go to this next slab. Very nice. I don't see any fractures in any of these either. It is translucent in the clearer stuff. The white's more opaque. And okay, well, the banding is starting to change on the back side. At this point, it's kind of pinching out in two separate patterns. But still, that would make a nice cab. And we're left with this heel. Probably just face polish that or tumble it. All right, that stone turned out really nice as well. Let's look at the other little one. So this one, somebody had already face cut it, and this was showing, but I wasn't sure if there was any fractures on it. So this is the back side. Yeah, I don't see any fractures. I think this was just saw marks. Some staining. Some little fractures on the edge. Don't seem to translate all the way through though. That's super nice. That'll make a gorgeous cabochon. Alright, next slab. Got a little bit of paint, but no fractures. This is just where the stone snapped off when cutting. There's a little fracture right here, but it's just outside the pattern. Again, that'll make a nice cab. The back side. Wow, pattern's changed. Completely different looking from this to this, but it's still gorgeous. Got those little spots in the banding. That'll be a nice cab. And left with this heel, definitely thick enough to possibly get another slab off of using that pattern. And I love that pattern, that's so cool. With the fill point down here. Yeah, I'll probably try to get another slab off of that. All right, very nice. Last but not least, we had that nodule that they had cut. So we had this window in the back and they had cut that face. So if you look at this closely, you can see what looks like a fracture right here. But when I held that up to the light, that is not a fracture. I'm not really sure what it is. It looks like a little tube or something going through it. It is not a fracture. You can only see it from this side. You can't see it from the back. It's pretty neat looking. So I got 4. Got 4 slabs and a thick heel that I could probably get another slab off of. But look at that pattern. And again, you got the parallax or the shadow banding in it. That's so nice. Very translucent in the clearer material. White being more opaque. Got some interesting stuff along the edge here. A little bit of color, some red. Some quartz above that. Followed by all the banding. Very nice. Alright, next slab. Again, just as nice. I don't see any fractures. Gonna make a gorgeous cab. Both of these will. A little bit of quartz in the middle. A little bit of quartz in the middle. I mean, that pattern appears to go all the way through this stone. 3 slabs. 4th one, just as nice. Cut him a little thinner and more translucent. Alright, so cool. And this is what we're left with. Due to the weirdness going on back here, I probably won't cut another slab off of that. But if I choose to, I think I can. It'll be a little thin right here. The rest of it's okay. All right. Very nice. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you in the next one. Bye.